Hi, I'm Tristan Jewett.
And I'm Daira Yamas.
And you're watching In the News at CHS.
The students in ceramics have been working in their last art project. Students have been asked to create a mask that represent an animal and food of their choice. The students have came up with a variety of ideas. Here's Daisy Martinez with more information.
Hi, my name is Daisy Martinez with the news at CHS, and I'm here with Alyssa Saldana. So what ideas do you have for this project?
The ideas I have are, well, the project's based on like an animal and food. So I wanted to do a monkey, and then like as far as food goes, like a mushroom.
I'm here with Ernie. So what techniques are you using for this assignment?
For this assignment, I'm using pinch pots and coils.
What inspired your idea for this project?
Well, what inspired me is that, well, I own 3 cats, so I made a cat, and I like apples, so I made it out of apples.
I'm here with Zuma Mendoza. So what's your idea for this project?
My idea is I was coming up with a frog, and it was eating a watermelon, so it's a fruit and an animal.
Last Wednesday, students at Kalinga High School were inspired by the motivational words of surfing champion Jacob Pacheco, who shared his journey of hard work and success during a special assembly. Our reporter, Seth Yarbrough, had the opportunity to catch up with him afterwards for an exclusive interview.
I'm Seth Yarbrough with the news at CHS, and I'm here with Jacob Pacheco.
I feel very famous right now. Thank you so much.
So what brought you here to CHS?
I came to CHS because your teachers and staff wanted me to come and speak to you guys. I couldn't wait to do it because I understood how special it is to actually be here, to not only be a student, but a teacher. So that community of love and support was something I wanted to be a part of, and I couldn't wait to come back.
What personal challenges do you think shaped your journey?
What personal challenges shaped my journey? That's a great question. I'll share with you one of them specifically. So I was trying out for my high school football team, and I went into the equipment shed, and it was dusty and hot because it was the middle of August. I was reaching in to pull out like pads and a helmet, and unfortunately, the head coach was there, and he said, "Pacheco, that ain't gonna work, son. I need you guys to put that back and go and get some water for all the guys." And the whole team was in there grabbing out all their equipment for all their football stuff. Now, either I could have been really hurt by that moment, which I was, or I could have done something with it. So I didn't complain. I didn't let any of my pain show. I went and grabbed the water jug as requested, and I ended up becoming the team manager for the high school football team. From there, I turned that into not only an administrator job at a Division I level, but I also got to work with the LA Galaxy, the MLS professional soccer side. So that's a story of those little moments that you can turn into something positive. So you never really concede defeat, you just kind of contribute to the goal.
Who or what has been your biggest inspiration?
I would say the person that has been my biggest inspiration was probably my mother. Watching her struggle through all sorts of challenges of trying to get my care for my disability, all those types of things, and having people tell us no all the time, it really hardened her resolve, her motivation to make sure that I was going to be okay. And at the end of the day, what I've learned is we will always be okay, and sometimes we have to let go of control in order to let other people thrive. So the messages that I shared with you all and the assembly was just to understand that sometimes we have to let go in order to allow ourselves to prosper.
Nick Boo Yamas had an amazing wrestling season. Rodolfo Gonzalez was able to have a sit-down interview with Boo after his state tournament last week. Here's Rodolfo with that interview.
I'm Rodolfo Gonzalez here with In the News at CHS, and I'm here with Nicholas Yamas, also known as Boo. All right, so last week you went to the state championships. Walk us through your matches at the state championship, and were there any particular challenges you faced over there?
I think one of the biggest challenges was just getting there. We had to go through 2 tournaments to even get there, and then once you get there, it's just kids who are committed and the kids who have like D1 coaches or D1 alumni or MMA fighters. Like Daniel Cormier is the head coach of Gilroy, so it's definitely a challenge, but it's also a very good experience.
Perfect. And I know people call you Boo. Where did that nickname originate from?
When I was a baby, my dad just started Just, it was like a thing he just started. It started from Boo Boo, and then as I grew older, it just became from Boo. Like I didn't know my real name was Nicholas till I hit kindergarten, so.
And on a recent Instagram post, you mentioned making it to state was always a goal since I was little. What would you tell yourself, your younger self, I mean?
I would just tell myself to enjoy it while you can. Like my dad used to tell me, like only high school mattered. Like when you get to high school, that's when the wrestling's really gonna matter. So now that I'm older, I would tell myself like just enjoy it while you can, and still like continue to have fun. The new people you'll meet, like seeing like my old friends from when I was younger to now that I'm in high school, it's just really cool.
And looking back at your season, who are you most grateful for?
My dad. My dad helped me through wrestling. He's helped me get up at 5 a.m. and go for a run or work out. So he helped me not only in wrestling, but just in life become an overall better person. So.
Thank you. Nicholas Yamas, right?
Yes.
Boo. And back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Rodolfo. Here's Kevin Castillo with this week's Horn Toad highlights.
Sports have been on a roll recently. Boys basketball made it to the CIF Central Championships. Amelia Walker was live at the game.
I'm here at the Selland Arena after the Toes had an crazy comeback at the CIF Central Section Championships. They were down 16-32 at half, ended up taking the win with 48-47 with some crazy points in the last half. I spoke to Ryan Howard and Coach McFarlane to find out their thoughts about the game and what their plans are leading into state. I'm here with Ryan Howard. So, you won against Mendota, you lost against Mendota. What was your plan going into today's match?
Well, with the losses and the wins we had, we already knew what we had to do. We already know what it takes to win against them. And we already knew what we did wrong that made us lose. So we had to just go in there and play the best defense we could and just get the win.
And so now, what are your plans leading into state?
Leading into state, it's just me and my boys got locked in at practice and then just go as far as we can to ride this thing out. I'm a senior, so I'm trying to make it go as long as we can. And then I'm just proud of how we ended. So.
All right, I'm here with Coach McFarlane after the game. So, down 16-32 in the first half, what did you tell your players to, motivate them to continue on in the second half?
Just chip away, one possession at a time. In basketball, it's all about getting stops and then getting good shots. It's not necessarily if you score or not, it's about getting good shots because the percentages go up as you get better shots. And if you just keep getting stops, you're going to find yourself back in the game.
And so, this season was a really great season for you guys. When did you know that, this team might be able to make it to the Valley Championships?
Last year when the season ended, we knew we had a good squad coming back. We knew we could be special, and work pays off.
Girls basketball wrapped up their amazing season. Let's look back with Malia Walker on a recap of their time on the courts.
Thanks, Kevin. The 2023-24 season was one for the books for the girls basketball team. They ended the season undefeated in league and with a record of 25-5 overall. They ranked as the number 4 seed in Division 5 and made it to the semifinals of the CIF Central Section Championships, losing to the number 1 seed Hanford West last Wednesday with a score of 51-57 after a tight match. Senior Julia Gressman was named player of the game after 11 points with a 100% three-point percentage. We couldn't be more proud of our Lady Toads as they had a remarkable season this year. Back to you in the studio.
Boys tennis played against Wasco and lost 3-6. Here's Sean with the interview.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with Juan Guerrero. So how well did you think you played in today's game?
I think I did pretty well. Everything went well in my match.
So what are you doing to get ready for today's home game?
Just rest, prepare myself, and just stretch overall, and that's it.
So I heard this is your largest team this season. So what's one piece of advice would you give to the players?
Just show up to practice consistently. Just give all your effort and just be consistent with it. That's all.
Thank you.
Girls softball participated in the Orosi tournament and won. Great work, ladies. The swim team had a meet with Corcoran last week on Thursday, with the Toads beating Corcoran. Alexa Wong won in the 100 and 200 yard backstroke finals and is ranked 1 in Tule Nation Tridents and ranked 6 in Central California. The upcoming games are boys basketball today against Fireball at Linwood, starts at 7 p.m. Boys tennis today against Mendota at Kalinga, starts at 3 p.m. Swim Wednesday against Lemoore at Lemoore, starts at 4 p.m. Softball today against Sierra at Kalinga, starts at 3:30 p.m. Track and field Friday at Lemoore High School, starts at 12 p.m. Boys baseball today against Hoover at 3:30. Good luck, Toads. Now back to you guys to the studio.
Thanks, Kevin.
And thank you so much for tuning in.
Now remember, if it's important, it will be
In the news at CHS.